Perfect. So we are live. And yeah, welcome to our first attendees who managed to join. That's good because Zoom does not allow you to enter immediately, but yeah, good job. So my name is Georgi. Welcome everyone to our webinar from the series of the subject webinars again, of course. And yeah, Georgi is the one who is behind the scenes, as you know, the least interesting person for you. But yeah, of course, thankfully, we have several guests from German universities who will talk about their unique study programs. And yeah, that's why my part will be quite short. Just a reminder, a short reminder for those who are not that much familiar with the Zoom webinar setting. So you can see the Q&A button, which is just to the chat button. So the Q&A button is the main button for you for this afternoon. You can send in your questions using the Q&A button, and then they will be either answered in the written form, but most of them will be answered live. So we will have a live Q&A session after we have all three presentations are done. So which means in around an hour. And then your questions will be addressed directly by one of our guests. That's why my suggestion would be to stay tuned. So let me make a short presentation of from my side, and then we'll move to our guests. So yeah, today's umbrella topic is studying chemical/process engineering in Germany. And we have several guests. We have guests from Hochschule Offenburg or Offenburg University of Applied Sciences, Lydia Dantas-Schindler, and she will present a program, Master of Science level program in process engineering. Then we'll move to University of Stuttgart, and we have Dr. Carolina Cunha-Caro, and she will talk about also Master of Science level program in air quality control, solid waste, and wastewater process engineering. And then we'll close the show with our guests from University of Bayreuth, and we have Professor Dr. Matteo Bianchini and Professor Dr. Jan Philipp Schmidt, and they will present the program in battery materials and technology, again, Master of Science level program. So before we move to our guests, let me tell you a few words about who is behind today's webinar. So when you're searching for the English taught study programs in Germany, or mostly English taught study programs in Germany, I'm almost sure that our name will pop up there. So My German University. And we are Germany's largest database when it comes to English taught study programs. We have over 2,700 degree programs listed in our database. We have programs on the bachelor level, on master's level, also some short course and language courses, and we are helping international students on their way towards studying in Germany. So one of the key ways of providing this assistance is through our study finder. Now you can see a small version of our study finder, but when you go to our website, you can find a full version of our study finder with all of its filters, which, for example, you want to find the program in particular city with particular demand in terms of knowledge of English language or in terms of fees, etc., etc. You can control for all the things and even more. And that's, of course, makes your life much easier in terms of finding the right program for you. Then the second way of helping you is through writing articles, of course, which are under the topic of studying in Germany. For example, if you need an APS certificate, if you need a blogged account, if you are writing a letter of motivation for your application, so on and so forth, we have various articles on these and more topics. And also the webinars. Of course, we organize around 150 webinars per year on different topics. It can be studying scholarships in Germany, general studying in Germany webinar, Uni Assist, Visa. Also the subject webinars like the one that you're attending right now, but on different subjects. For example, studying engineering, like mechanical engineering or electrical engineering, or philosophy or politics, and so on and so forth. All the webinars that are already planned, you can sign up for them for free on our website, and of course attend them also for free. Our team is quite international. We are based in northern Germany, in Hamburg, but yeah, also we are based in different parts of the world, and that's why we are counseling also in different languages. For those who are also interested in German taught study programs, I would also suggest you to check out Hochschulkompass. There you will find some interesting programs, especially which are mostly at least taught in German. But if you are more into English taught study programs, then My German University should definitely be your stop. Because, for example, when it comes to chemical or process engineering, you'll find various programs on bachelor level and also on master's level. And you can see that most of them are in English only, which means that you do not need any knowledge of German to get into those programs, in most cases also to successfully complete them. If you do not know what to expect when it comes to studying in Germany, studying process engineering or chemical engineering in Germany. We also have various subject pages for each topic where you can find general information, for example, about the rankings of universities that are offering programs in this direction, or what is the tuition fee ranges that you should budget for if you are planning to come and study this or that subject in Germany. So I think it's a very nice first step for you to create a bigger picture for yourself. Also it's very important, of course, to find the right university profile and right study program for yourself. That's why our suggestion, it's just a suggestion, maybe also we can consider it a strong recommendation, is that do not be guided only by things like only fees, only rankings, only city names, etc., etc. Our suggestion would be to combine all this together and also include your backgrounds, your interests, your professional aspirations, include also these aspects, and then you'll be able to make a much better decision. Also in Germany, I would like to also underline this, and in Germany there are two key types of universities. One is called Universität type of university, which is just a university in English, and another one is University of Applied Sciences, or in German, it has different variations like Fachhochschule, Hochschule, etc. The main difference between these two in general is in focus. So when it comes to Universität type of university, the focus lies usually more on research and theory. And in case of the University of Applied Sciences, we are talking more about application and practice. One more thing, in addition to the aspect that I mentioned before that you should ideally take into account when you're searching for the right programs, also when you're trying to find programs on our study finder, I would suggest you to be flexible with wording, don't be too rigid, and then you'll be able to increase your chances of being aware of what Germany is able to offer you based on your interests, on your backgrounds, and then you will have more chances, more opportunities to make the right choice and right decision, which is a very crucial one. All right, so let us now move to the south of Germany, to Offenburg University of Applied Sciences. And we have Lydia Dantas-Schindler, as I already introduced her, who will talk about Master of Science level program in Process Engineering. Lydia, I'm stopping the screen share and the floor is yours.
Well, thank you very much for this nice introduction again, Georgie. I'm happy to be able to introduce you to Offenburg University. Welcome to this informational session today. And I want to invite you to study in English here in Germany and live in Germany, as I already said, here in Offenburg, because we offer very interesting international English-taught master's degree programs. One of them is our program Process Engineering at the Graduate School of Offenburg University. And that's the one I mainly want to present you today, but I'd certainly also give you a short overview of Offenburg University and its graduate school in general. My name is Lydia Schindler. I work here at the graduate school. That's actually the view I just have out of my window here, but now it's a little bit more winter type. Anyhow, where are we situated? Offenburg University is in the south west of Germany, in the corner bordering to Switzerland and to France. So it's only about half an hour to Strasbourg in France and about 1 hour to Basel in Switzerland. And that's the region where you are studying. If you come to Offenburg University, it's one of Germany's strongest economic region here, the southwest, and we are certainly a cross-national metropolitan area with these important cities around. A very dynamic region with high employment prospects, and you also enjoy that beautiful surrounding and this extraordinary living standard here with the beautiful Black Mountain forests just next by, where you can do a lot of different kind of outdoor sports, skiing in winter now, or mountain biking, hiking, and all these other sports in summer. And at the same time, you have all the proximity of the cities and everything that you need, you also find here in Offenburg itself. Offenburg University is a university of technology, business, and media. Those are the three areas we are focusing on, and those are the areas we are good in. We were founded in 1964, and therefore we are one of the oldest universities of applied sciences. And as the name already says, our university offers praxis-oriented studies with almost 4,000 students enrolled right now. We always have around 12 to 13% international students, so it's a very international atmosphere too. And in our graduate school, the percentage of international students is much higher. It's about 80%. We have 25 bachelor and 22 master programs at the moment, and many, more than 80 cooperations with universities worldwide in all different continents. Because it's important for us that our students also have this international atmosphere here, but also have the possibility to go abroad and do projects together for our researchers with other universities and so on. We also have a spacious enterprise network, so there are many cooperations with companies here in this region who work very internationally also. And we enjoy this safe and friendly environment here of this region, and especially here of the city of Offenburg. Offenburg University, as we are University of Applied Sciences, also offers you very well-equipped laboratories and facilities. This is especially important for this program, process engineering. So this equipment is there for you, also for our students to use, to do their research, to do their projects in the laboratories. We also have very close connection to the industry here, so you also have the possibility to get in contact with companies here in this region and do your master thesis, for example, at the end of your master degree with the company and supervised by a professor of the university, and at the same time in a project in a company supervised by somebody, a researcher from the company too. So that's what most students actually choose to do. We have a very small student-teacher ratio with, so we can guarantee you a personal attention from professor, especially in our master's degree programs. In this program, process engineering, you can be sure that we do not admit more than 25 students per batch, and therefore you have the possibility to really interact with the professor and to work together as a team and do a lot of teamworks in this batch together and have this close interaction with the professor at the same time. And all of our professors have at least 3 years of experience outside of the academic career in a private company. So you can be sure that the professors also bring this experience into the class and share with the students. So I think this is also something very important to know. And although we are University of Applied Sciences, we also offer quite a few possibilities to pursue a doctoral degree. This always used to be with cooperation, in cooperation with traditional universities. In case of process engineering, we also cooperate a lot with our partner university in Poland, in Olsztyn. But there are also possibilities directly here at our university now, because we were granted the right to, some of our professors have the right to give the possibility for doctoral, to pursue a doctoral degree with them directly. So our program, Process Engineering, is part of this graduate school, and it's a very special program, also from a very international and European program, because it's actually done together with our partner university in Poland, in Olsztyn, which is a traditional university. And you can see the first semester you spend here at Offenburg University. In the second semester, you already have a different experience, different European countries. So you will spend 1 semester at the University of Warmia and Missouri. And the master thesis, as I already mentioned before, most students try to do that together with research in a research project in a company, and therefore most of them come back to Germany and search for a project that interests them and do their master thesis here together and supervised by a professor of Offenburg University. But it's also possible to do it in Poland or any other country in the European Union. Now, if you look at the modules of this program, you see that it's very broad. You have renewable energy conversion on one hand, then you also have plant safety and control, and advanced process engineering, and complementary subjects as, for example, intercultural competences, or there's a seminar for that, and other other courses that you can get experienced in, get some experience and some knowledge in. So it's a very interesting a set of courses and modules that will prepare you perfectly to work as an engineer in this area of process engineering. Here again, you see that there's a possibility to choose. You can focus either on the area of environmental biotechnology or food technology. So this is a specialization, a focus that you will choose when you go to the University of Warmia in Missouri in Poland. And again, it gives you the possibility to focus on the area you want to work on the area you are interested in. What do you need to do to be able to study with us? It's very easy to apply at Offenburg University, because we do all the complete application process here at the university. And that means you just need to enter our website, go on our website, and you will see that there's a link to the online application, which we open usually in beginning of this, it starts in beginning of November that you can apply for it. And the application deadline will be at the end of March. The lectures then always start in October. So once you go on that link, you get to the online portal of Offenburg University, the application portal of Offenburg University, and there you just need to enter the main data at first about your former education, so your transcript of the bachelor's degree, and your name and some personal data. And then this application will be sent to the coordinator of the program, and you will get a feedback if your profile fits to the program, to the study program or not. Therefore, in the first stage of the application process, you really don't have a lot of effort, and it's not much to do, and it's a very easy way to get a first feedback. And only in the second stage of the application process, when you're invited to send and to upload all the documentation of your educational background and so on, only then you have a little bit more effort with it. And that's just necessary so that the selection committee at the end can choose the best candidates. The application requirements are certainly that you have a bachelor's degree in the area of chemical engineering in this case, or something similar to chemical engineering. So if you have a focus in process engineering and you have been studying biotechnology, for example, so that is also possible. But typically people come from chemical engineering. You need to have an English language certificate, TOEFL, IBT 79 or IELTS 6.0 in each band of the test. And you have to be prepared that there are some fees to be paid. So for non-European citizens, it's 1,810 euros per semester. This counts all the fees together, so that the tuition fee and also the insurances and university student union fee, for example, and all that together. So there are also some scholarships in order to reduce this fee by 1,500 euros, which is the plain tuition fee. 5% of our students can be exempted from this tuition fee. But I have to admit, as well as the partial scholarships that we offer, it's only possible to apply for these scholarships from the second semester on. Therefore, you have to be prepared that the first semester is definitely not possible to be exempted. And then, yeah, there are only 5% that we are allowed to exempt. So just take that into consideration. But when you come to Offenburg University, you can also count on a lot of support services for international students. We participated some years ago in a survey that was also supported by the DAD, and many international universities participated in that. And we were very proud that our international students rated us #1 among all these participating universities in the arrival accommodation. So this is due to the fact that we offer you assistance in finding accommodation. We also connect you with a senior buddy that will help you to answer your questions before you come, but also give you some orientation when you arrive and help you with the different things that you have to do and in the first few days, and show you the university and everything that you need to know in the first few days. And we also have orientation events and so on. So we really help you, and we really want you to have a good arrival here, to feel welcome here, and get all the information, everything you need at your arrival. And we always try to improve that, certainly, but I think, we already can offer you very good service there. And this goes on also during the study program. There's an individual support and advice by the coordinator of each program. So in this case, my colleague, Isabella Sosnick, is the coordinator, and she's there for all your questions during your study program, regarding your study program. We also offer German summer language school in September, and it's a very good start with this summer language school, because you will not only learn German or improve your German knowledge, you will also get to know everything, the university, the surrounding, have very nice excursions, get to know your fellow students. So it's a great start. And then when the actual classes, the actual program starts in October, you already know everything you need, and you already feel a little bit settled then. Certainly, there are also ongoing language courses during the lecture period in German and also in other languages. There's a cultural and social program for you that we offer with excursions, get-togethers, and so on. There are also sports offered here at the university, all different kinds. For example, there's a little sailing boat in the lake right next to the university, which is used by our sailing group. There's a mountain biking group, usually dancing, and so on. And there's also a very interesting senior initiative that's called Senior Service, which is for many of our international students crucial to feel welcome and really help settle here in Offenburg. Because these people who are joining in this initiative are usually people who already are in retirement, and they just joined on a voluntary basis to give you the possibility to get in contact with people from outside of the university, to help you, feel welcome when you arrive, to exchange German culture with your culture, to get to know your culture, but also give you the possibility to participate in cultural events and their family events here in Offenburg. So you have the possibility to get that personal contact, and that's very appreciated by most of our international students, and they really enjoy that possibility and create strong links with these senior service members. And last but not least, when you get to the end of the program, there are job application training, and there's also a great recruiting event here at the university. This year has actually it has been growing and growing the last years, so that there was not enough space here at the university anymore, and we had to go to a fairground next by, because there are so many companies interested in in this recruiting event at our university, and it just reflects, you know, the interest of the companies in our graduates, and I think that's a great sign. And certainly we also want to keep in contact with you in our international alumni network, the alumni network of the Graduate School of Offenburg University, and also give you the possibility to network on our online platform and also during the events that we organize for our alumni. So I think this is a great chance too. And I just want to summarize one time more. If you come to Offenburg University's graduate school, you find very interesting English taught programs. Process engineering is completely taught in English, as well in Germany as also in Poland. You are taught in small group and you will get a very intercultural experience. It's a very international student body, and you will even study in 2 different countries in Europe. You will have comprehensive individual services by the coordinator, and I'm sure when you're graduated, you also have excellent career opportunities. So thank you very much for your attention. I just want to emphasize one more time, Offenburg University is really a place to build your future. And if you're interested and if you have any question, I'm very open for your questions now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lydia, for your presentation. And now let us move to our next speakers. So let me share the screen now. And now let's move to University of Stuttgart and our guests from University of Stuttgart, Dr. Karolina Kunja-Karo. She will talk about another Master of Science level program in air quality control, solid waste, and wastewater process engineering. So let me stop the screen.
Very much, Georgi, for your presentation. Yes, welcome everyone to this interesting master program that we offer at the University of Stuttgart. It is called Air Quality Control, Solid Waste and Wastewater Process Engineering. In short, we call it here WASTE. My name is Karolina Kunja-Karo, and I am the course director of this master program. Yes. So I will start with a short introduction to our university. Our university was founded in 1829 as a consolidated real and trade school, and in 1967 it was renamed as the University of Stuttgart. Was one of our most prominent alumni is 𝘗𝘢𝘕, who studied here in this technical school and who's the founder of the well-known automobile brand Mercedes-Benz. Okay, so here you can see an overview of our campus in Vaihingen here in Stuttgart, where all the engineering programs are offered, also our master program. And our university also has a campus in the city center, but in the city center, all the programs related to humanities and architecture are offered. Okay, so the university has 10 faculties, and our master program is offered in collaboration of the faculty, between the Faculty of Civil and Environmental Engineering and also the Faculty of Energy, Process and Bioengineering. Now, so the main organization of the program occurs here at the Faculty 4, specifically at the Institute of Combustion and Power Plant Technology, where I am right now, IFK. And all the other highlighted or in bold highlighted institutes of this faculty also collaborate in our master program. Another important, very important actually institute who collaborates in this in the lectures is from Faculty 2. It is called Institute of Sanitary Engineering, Water Quality and Solid Waste Management, ISWA. And here, from this institute, you will receive all the topics related to solid waste treatment and wastewater treatment. in fact, our institute here, which is related to energy and also combustion and biomass combustion and these kind of issues, and also flue gas cleaning. We have a thermal power plant, a completely functioning thermal power plant here just next to the institute, in which our students can also conduct some research together with our PhD students and candidates. And in the same way, at 𝘱𝘢, in Faculty 2, our university has a fully and completely working wastewater treatment plant, where you can also conduct some research and help our researchers in their projects, and to conduct, for instance, some student research projects during your studies and at real working plants. So this is one of the main advantages of this master program. Okay, so regarding specifically our public or our students should have background in chemical, civil, process, mechanical, or environmental engineering, or any related career. What you can get when you are join us is to get the theoretical background to engineer creative solutions for the environmental challenges, and also you will get all the information regarding state-of-the-art environmental and process technologies. And another very important advantage is that you can create your individual profile in this area of environmental topics. Of course, you can also get some practical experience. We offer several excursions in the different areas to companies, to industrial and or municipal facilities, and you also have the possibility to conduct a voluntary industrial internship in case that you want to do it. Regarding our story, so the master program was established in 2002 as a 3-semester program. It changed in 2008 to 4 semesters, which was really good change. And it starts normally in September for the students who do not have any knowledge of German language. If you don't have any knowledge of German language, then you can start in September with this intensive German course that it is offered completely free of charge for you. And of course, all the lectures are offered during your program in English, but since you will be living in Germany, it is really important to know the German language, right? To open your possibilities here after your studies. But then you start with that German course, and the courses of the program start in October each year. Of course, if you started with the intensive German course in September, then you can continue during the coming semesters with extensive German courses during the semesters. And our program is organized in a modular system. And at the end, you will get the degree of Master of Science. Here you can see our macrostructure, so how it is our master program organized. So normally during the first semester, you have to attend some compulsory modules which were thought in order to get all our students to the same level during the first semester. Remember that our students have very different backgrounds, so civil engineer, mechanical, chemical engineer, and so on. So that's the reason why we have some compulsory modules at the very beginning. Then during the second semester, you can start by choosing your specializations. Between these three areas, you will have air quality control, solid waste, and wastewater process engineering. You can choose 2 out of these 3 possibilities. And of course, if you can see here highlighted in green, you will have also a container where you can choose, for instance, some courses of the 3rd specialization in this container, which is called for elective modules. During the 2nd and 3rd semester, then you focus on your specializations, and the 4th semester is thought for the development of your master thesis. And at the end, you should complete 120 credits, and then you will be ready with your studies. As I said, here again, but written in words, so you should complete advanced modules for 36 credits, then 2 specialized areas, each with 18 credits, and then you should complete this container called elective modules with 12 credits. And also you should, in case that you, as I said before, you attended the intensive German course during September, you have to complete 6 credits of extensive German courses during the 1st and 2nd semester. And in case that you already have a level A2 of German proficiency, then you can complete these credits with key qualifications. And in the end, you should complete the master thesis. So regarding the compulsory modules, to get to all our students to the same level, here you can see which are they. So thermo and fluid dynamics, pollutant formation and air quality control, chemistry and biology for environmental engineers, sanitary engineer, process engineering, technology assessment, and presentation techniques. So why it is highlighted in blue here, process engineering, is because this is the only compulsory module which it is offered during the summer term. Yeah, remember that we start here in the winter term. So here I can show you some pictures about our some of our excursions to some solid waste treatment plants, to some thermal treatment plants, to some measurements for air quality control. And we also organize some excursions to very important fairs here in Germany, for instance, the IFAD, which is really important for environmental for the environmental area, and it takes place in Munich. So our atmosphere here of studies is really familiar. So as you can see, we have people, we receive students from many parts of the world, and we organize these waste intercultural meetings, which are where the students have the possibility to present their countries, and they share with us their food and their culture. And this is a very, very nice activity that we develop with our students. We also, during the summer, for instance, we go to the climbing garden. We organize football tournaments between all the international master programs of our university, and it's so you have a lot of chances to interact with other international students but also German students here at the university. Another interesting possibility that you have here is the to conduct a double degree. We have an agreement with the Universidade Federal do Paraná in Brazil. So what you can do is to apply for it, and you should complete the first year of studies here in Germany, and then the second year of studies you can go to Brazil and finish there your master studies and get both diplomas, from both universities. Okay, so regarding the application steps, we have our portal. It is called Campus. You have to upload here all these application documents, which are listed here. And the most important ones, of course, are the transcript of records from your bachelor's degree. This is the main document that we need in order to evaluate your application, and of course, proof of English language proficiency. In our case, we also ask for IELTS or a minimum of 6.5, and for TOEFL, IBT, a minimum of 88. All this information, you can find it in our website. So in our case, it's very special because you need to fulfill 2 different steps for the application. The first step is the online submission via campus, and the second step is the postal submission. We still need to receive a certified copy of your bachelor's transcript of records. The application period, it starts middle of November each year until middle of February, so 15th of February of the following year. So right now we are in the middle of the application period, or going to the end of the application actually. The admission results are published on April each year. And as I said before, the intensive German course starts in September each year, and the lectures start in the middle of October. Regarding additional formalities that you have to fulfill when you are admitted, we have our international office, which it is shown in the picture, and they offer a buddy service, but we also have our own buddy service from our senior students to our junior students. So it's really one-by-one relation, and you will be really conducted via all the steps that you need to fulfill here. Regarding the financial information and the cost of living and everything, I have this link here. So later on, I will be sharing you this, or I guess you will have the possibility, most probably, to receive our presentations. And there you can find the links as well. In our case, the tuition fees for non-European Union citizens is in total 1,700 euros per semester, per term. And for EU citizens, it's around 250 euros. In order to finance your studies, our master program is also part of the 𝘱𝘢𝘷𝘦𝘳𝘴𝘪𝘱 program, which is a scholarship that you need to apply for it during August and until the end of September every year. This is a very good possibility that our master program offers, and during your studies you can also have the possibility to apply to the DAD-STIBET or to the Deutschlandstipendium, and also exists the possibility to work as a student assistant during your studies, so that you can cover part of your expenses. Okay, so for more information and to see some student experiences, please visit our website. It looks like this. You can find there some videos and of some of our alumni, and you can find all the information, really all the information regarding our application process and all our organization. So in case that you have any further question, I will be more than glad to answer your questions. Thank you very much for your attention.
Great. Thank you very much, Professor, for your presentation. And if you would like to, you can already answer some questions because there are quite a few in the chat. Thanks a lot. And meanwhile, we will move now to University of Bayreuth. And we have 2 guests from there, Professor Dr. Matteo Bianchini and also Professor Dr. Jan Philipp Schmidt. And then they will now introduce the program in battery materials and technology.
So welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm glad to be able to present to you this master program that we have at the University of Bayreuth, which is called Battery Materials and Technology. So first of all, why do we do this? Let's start with the important questions. I think we could take different numbers. This is just a study that we can present to you, and there's many numbers out there, but there is a very clear signals, very clear indication that the amount of batteries that we're going to need in Europe and worldwide is just going to increase tremendously until 2030. And that's mostly for electric vehicles, but also for stationary storage and consumer electronics. And to be able to provide the workers for all these batteries to be built. So in gigafactories, but also for the car manufacturers, the OEMs, and along all the steps along in the value chain, we need to train highly qualified specialists in this field of battery research. So there's many questions that we need to answer, especially from the research perspective. What will be the future materials that we can use? How can we make the batteries safer or make them more sustainable, so we can get more cheaper batteries in the end, but also be able to make the whole process in a more sustainable way, that we don't exploit too many natural resources and so on. So these are very big questions that we need to answer, for which we prepared this Battery Materials and Technology Master of Science, and also the German version that we have, Batterietechnik. So they're both running in parallel. But I guess for you, the English one is more interesting at this point. So I want to present you very briefly the structure of this course. You see here on the top is the first year, where we have these 3 alignment modules, which are meant to bring everybody up to speed to the same level, let's say. And then we have some block courses, very important, which are the core competencies that we need to acquire. And then we have a second year where it's more really research-based. So you're going to be in the lab a long time, really learning about how to somehow make the batteries of the future. So maybe in more detail, I'll show you what the first year consists of. So we have these 3 alignment modules that we give you. So we look at your background individually, look what you studied. For example, we can have people that come from mechanical engineering or chemical engineering or chemistry or even physics, or in some cases we had people from economics. So you need to have a certain amount of credits, so in the different disciplines of mathematics and physics and chemistry and so on. So we look at that, and then we look at what is missing, and with these alignment models we try to complement these competencies that you need to acquire. So we choose from a catalog between, let's say, inorganic chemistry or electrotechnique and things like that. So we give you all the required modules. And then we have these mandatory modules, which are really the core. So we have the battery materials, which is more on the chemistry and material science side. So you really need to learn what are the materials that build up the batteries. We have battery systems and technology, which is really more on the engineering side, how to use this material to actually build cells and to connect all the components. And then we have electrochemistry, which is some of the fundamental science which connects both topics. And we have the first of these courses in the second semester, in the first semester, and in the second semester we have the number 2. So we have battery materials 2, electrochemistry 2, and so on. Maybe I should mention at this point also for a couple of things about the admission to this course. So as I said, we will look at your background in detail to make sure that you have the right amount of credits in these fundamental disciplines of chemistry, physics, and mathematics. You also need a certain English level, and that's a B2 typically. Of course, a C1 is also very welcome. There is no German requirement, but we do expect you to get a A1 level in your first year. So in your first year, there are courses that you will be able to take here at the University of Bayreuth to learn some basic German. And we do this really for you to help you in your integration in the country, to be able to go to a bar and order a beer, to be able to go to the supermarket, to a store, to be able to have some really basic conversation. But at the same time, all the education and all the research is done in English. And everybody at the university speaks English very well. Since I talked about admission, I think a very common question is also about the fees. So I will tell you that there are no fees to enroll to the university. But there is a small semester fee. So this needs to be paid every semester, and it's about 140 euros. So with less than 300 euros per year, you will be able to study at the University of Bayreuth. So this is for the admission in the first year. And then for the second year, we have a much more on-demand. For the second semester in the first year, we have these elective modules as well. These are modules that you can choose. So we have a catalog, and then you can tailor a little bit your education depending on what you like, what you would like to do also in your future, maybe. So we have some things more about fundamental chemistry or nanochemistry, or the battery technologies that will come after lithium-ion. And we have some things more on the engineering side, so like electrical energy systems or battery management systems, which are really all fundamental for running real batteries, especially in electric vehicles, for example. And so here you will be able to really tailor a little bit your education depending on what you like most. The second year, as I mentioned before, is really research-based. So you will be basically in the lab the whole year. You will have 2 research modules in different groups. So that you can take, for example, a research module in a more chemistry-related topic, and the second one in a more computational topic or engineering topic or life cycle, really on the materials topic. So there's really many options. And at the end, so that will be the first semester of the second year, and the second semester of the second year, you will do your master thesis. And so this typically is 6 months full research, after which you write your thesis and hopefully get your degree. So this is somehow an overview of the program, and I now give the word to Professor Jan-Philipp Schmidt to tell you a bit more about Bayreuth and our university.
Thanks, Matteo. So I'm more coming from the engineering side, so you will be studying really something that's very interdisciplinary, that's where we really have a focus on here. So I'm now presenting a little bit more of the University of Bayreuth. Next slide, please. So the University of Bayreuth is a rather mid-sized university. So we have roughly 12,000 students. So for a university, it's a mid-sized one. We are located in the northern part of Bavaria. But we have also a quite significant number of international students, and especially for our course here, we have, I would say 90% in the battery materials technology are actually foreign students. But we have the sister course, which has then in the majority then German students. So that's a really nice mixture we have here. Next slide, please. So even though we are a mid-sized university, you can find us in quite a lot of rankings already. So maybe if you're interested in that, well, please have a look at it. I think for material science especially, the University of Bayreuth has a quite good standing. Next slide. So where we are located is the Bavarian Center for Battery Technology, and it's not something that might be quite new. So it was only lately funded, and the building that you can see on the left is our new research center, which was opened officially just roughly 1 year ago. So that's where we have located a lot of laboratories ranging from chemical laboratories to build cells, to disassemble cells, to synthesize materials, but we also have labs for testing cells, and also what you can see on the top right, looking into electronics and also looking into battery management systems. So that's something that you can really experience hands-on here. Next slide, yes. So as I told you, we are having a really interdisciplinary curriculum. So we're not only looking at materials, of course, this is something that's very important at the core of each batteries, but we're looking also at all the other aspects of batteries. So we're looking into modeling and algorithms. We're looking into electronics also. So we have another chair here who's really into electronics for batteries, of course, material structures interface, but everything that's also around the whole battery. Also life cycle and materials are very important. So we're looking into all those different aspects on different scales and levels, from material to the cell until modules and then the whole system. That means we have also to look in different domains. So we're looking into the mechanical domain, thermal domains, the electrical domain, and of course also chemical domains. And I think this is something that makes this also quite a unique chance for you to get an overview of the whole complex world of batteries. And we do have also quite nice, interesting research lab. So what you can see on the left of the slide is our key lab for the battery cell manufacturing, where we have actually a few glove boxes built up where it's possible to build cells in argon atmosphere and don't have to actually take them out of the glove box. We can bring them from one glove box into the next one, and then really from the materials, coating the electrodes, building the complete cells, filling, and also formation. We can do everything here and build our own pouch cells, single cells, and also multi-layer pouch cells. So we can also highlight and showcase the research we're doing here from material level onwards. Yes. I think Matteo made it quite clear at the beginning. So there's a really huge demand for batteries in future. And this demand comes, of course, also with a lot of challenges and opportunities for your career prospects. And you, of course, will find a lot of possibilities to pursue a career here in Germany. So, of course, we are also always happy to find PhD students among our students from the master. So there's definitely the possibility to pursue a PhD also at the University of Bayreuth. But if you also want to go into industry, then you will have a lot of chances. So there are a lot of gigafactories planned around here. And even if you're not going to work in the battery production, there's a whole industry also next to it. Mentioning the automotive industry, but of course also things like power tools and so on. Of course, we are here connected to a lot of different companies. Yes, so I think that's a very, very good prospects for you. And I think that's already the whole presentation. So hope to see you here soon.
Perfect. Thank you very much to both of you. And then with that, let me open now the floor for the live Q&A session. And let me start with a question for Uni Bayreuth, as you have just finalized. The question is this program admission restricted, or is it open to everyone who meet the basic requirements?
I would say that the program is open to anyone who meets the requirements. The requirements are on our webpage. It can be easily checked, so there's just some amount of ECTS credits that need to be the one needs to have obtained during the bachelor, which I think is 18 in the natural sciences, something like this. So not particularly restrictive, and the English B2.
Okay, clear. Thank you very much. Dr. Caro, there was a question also for you regarding the double degree option that you mentioned with Brazil. The question, it was not a question, more like a request. Could you please talk more about that application process for this double degree? How does it work?
Yeah, normally when you start here in October, then we will offer you informative event regarding the whole procedure in by February, of the coming year. Actually during the winter term, and then you should apply in April, in April of the coming year. And normally we need your almost the same documents that they sent for the master program. So you don't need to prepare something very special or specific, only maybe a motivation letter, but that's it. It's very straightforward procedure.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Lydia, now question for you. I saw there was some not confusion, but worry about how it works with two countries, between the two countries, this accommodation. How do you help, and how do you make sure that everyone is on the track? Please, could you please share a bit more words about that?
Yeah, thank you very much. It's a very good question. I didn't have the time to really explain that during the presentation. So this program is a double degree program. So this part of the semester in Olsztyn in Poland is part of the program. So you don't need to organize anything. The classes, you need to choose the focus that you want to do in Olsztyn, but that's basically all. We will, as well as we will help you here to find an accommodation before you arrive in Offenburg. There will also be an accommodation provided there in Olsztyn, and certainly you will also be guided by a coordinator at the university there. So we are very close contact all the time, the coordinators of Offenburg and the coordinator of the University of Olsztyn. And it's one program. So there was also a question about recognition of classes or something like that. That's not, you don't need to fear that you have to ask for recognition or something like that. It's part of the program. So you will have this first semester here. We will help you with the organization of a room there and everything. The coordinator there will organize this for you, and you will arrive there. You will take part in these classes, and automatically they're recognized because they're part of the program. And then you do your master's thesis in the third semester, and you will end up with a double degree from both universities.
Mm-hmm. Okay, perfect, clear. Thank you, Lydia. Now I have a question for Bayreuth and Stuttgart, Lydia, because it was a question for you, but you already answered this question. And as it's a very frequent question, just to also make sure that we have answer for everyone, because there's a requirement for English level, right? So it's B2 mostly mentioned. If the students have finalized their studies, their bachelor studies, undergraduate studies, fully in English, fully English level language program, do you still require TOEFL, IELTS, or the proof of the certificate, okay, I've completed everything in English, is enough for you? I can see that Stuttgart is saying yes. Please, could you approve that?
If it's a native language country, English native language country, yes, then in some cases you can be exempted from the proof of English. So if you're from a native English speaking country, please just get in contact with the coordinator of the program to get this exemption.
Great. Stuttgart, from Stuttgart?
So in our case, if your complete bachelor studies were conducted in English, and of course are not have not been passed more than 3 years in between, we need an official letter from the university, certificating or stating that it was or English was the language of instruction, and then it is not necessary to send the IELTS or TOEFL.
Okay, perfect, clear.
Yeah. This is additionally to be a native language country.
Yeah.
This is an additional requirement.
In our case, it's exactly the same. So our answers are complementary, I guess.
Perfect. Thank you very much for both of your answers. And in Bayreuth, how is the situation?
Yeah, so I think that from native countries like the UK or so, then also we do not require it. But otherwise, normally, yes. I mean, maybe Jan can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's how it is.
Okay. Okay, great. And let me stay with you with this general question again. Is there any minimum GPA or grade from the undergraduate that you require to qualify, for students to qualify? For Bayreuth.
Yeah, so no, there is no minimum GPA, but of course, that's one of the things we look at. So when we have several hundreds applications, then we have to somehow have a number of criteria to look at them, and the GPA is of course very important, but there is no minimum.
Okay.
And I mean, there's countries we don't have GPAs. The equivalence between different countries is very difficult. So of course, we don't have minimum requirements, but the better the grades, that helps.
Yeah, of course. Great. In Stuttgart, I think you mentioned the transcript of records also specifically. Yeah, is there any minimum grade required?
We don't have any minimum grade. I already wrote in the chat that normally, since we receive so many applications from many parts of the world, but the minimum grade will be defined more or less by their peers between one country. Yeah. So, and of course, we are exactly as Professor Bianchini. We are always, putting an eye on it. And of course, the better the grades, the better the chances to get the admission.
Makes sense. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. And Offenburg?
Yeah, I can just say basically the same as Mrs. 𝘗𝘢𝘪𝘡. It depends on the peers. We do not have a minimum GPA. It's more important that your bachelor degree actually fits to the profile, and that's why we also ask for the transcript of record. They actually look at the courses that you had in your bachelor's degree, if you have the basic knowledge that they need for that you will need for the master's. So they will actually look at the different courses that you had. And then, it's a comparison, and the best ones are chosen at the end, the best applications.
Fantastic. Okay. Now I want to ask each of you one question, and then we can call it a day. So let me start with Stuttgart. I think there was a question regarding when should the hard copies arrive. So maybe just to briefly, once again, to make sure that everyone understands the whole process, how does it work between the online and this hard copies application, when you should receive the documents?
Okay, so for the first step, once you finish to upload all the documents, all the required documents in our portal, then two numbers will be generated. And these numbers have to be put in one form that it is available in our website. And that formula should be attached together with your transcript of records and be sent by post to our office. Yeah, so this is the correct way and order in which we need to conduct our the application process. And of course, this document should arrive until, or should be sent, until the February 15th. Because after February 15th, what we do, we still receive some postal submissions, but then we have to look, okay, if the candidate sent the postal submission until the February 15th, then we still consider these applications. After February 15th, then there's no possibility.
Okay. Thank you very much. Then now, Uni Bayreuth, there was a question, so let me read it out fully. Is there any possibility to continue with the PhD soon after master's? Are these two levels somehow coupled there? And it was mentioned then in one of the answers that, yes, if you are doing very good, you can secure a PhD. And could you please elaborate more on it? What you mean secure PhD? Is a PhD program that you will get automatically there, or how?
No. So it's not automatic. That's what I wanted to convey. So we do a very large amount of research. So there's many PhD positions that open every semester. And for sure, we're happier to have our own students from the master than to hire somebody from outside. So if we have the student that we trained, and we'd be very happy to offer them a PhD. But of course, they have to be good students. Yeah. So there is no promise that one can secure a PhD in that sense. There is a large amount of projects and a large offering of PhD, I would say. But of course, it's usually the best students that get this. But also many students don't really want a PhD. Many prefer to go in industry. There's a lot of industry possibilities in Germany in general. So maybe if I may, there's one thing that I forgot to mention, that we typically are open for submissions in both semesters. So students can start in the winter or in the summer semester. Yeah. So typically the admissions are until July for the winter and until mid-January for the summer semester.
Okay, clear. Great. That's a very good point. Thank you very much for bringing it up. And last question, and we can call it a day. Lydia, for you, you already addressed it, but once again, this question for everyone. So is this, when you mentioned this 5% of the students who can get the scholarship, for example, for the second semester, right? So the question was about the selection procedure. So is it a need-based scholarship or merit-based scholarship? So what are the key criteria you would say students have to meet in order to have increased chances of getting this scholarship?
Well, the scholarship is based on your study success in the first semester mainly, but also they consider a little bit if you were engaged in different projects here at the university, if you're engaged, for example, in some social project also. So these points are also considered, but it's mainly on your development here in the program, in your study program.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so yeah, that's all. Then thank you very much. First of all, our guests, for your presentations, for your time, and also for answering the questions everywhere, both in the chat and also live. Thanks for attendees for your interest and for sending in your questions. If you have any more questions, for example, generally about studying in Germany, of course, we can help you out with that. But if you have more specific questions, like follow-up questions for our guests, of course, you can get in touch with them. They all provided you with that contact details as well. That being said, once again, thanks a lot and have a nice rest of the day. Take care and bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.